All right, we recording. So welcome to the Respect the Goats live podcast, featuring some of the most opinionated guys in the game. I got my brother Spars in the building. He mixes the chicken with the rice and rice with the chicken. I got the most challenging. He gonna challenge any opinion, man. He gonna catch the conspiracy and whatever you say. If it's one to be found, he gonna find the loopholes. You know what I mean? My brother Phrase. Jay Skizzle, greatest show on stage, most opinionated, and my brother 4/5 coming with that wisdom, man. You know what I mean? Really thinking out all his thoughts. You know what I mean? Welcome to Respect the Goats. We're here every Tuesday, 6 p.m. We are sponsored today by Manny Fresh. He'll be at Roger Brown's on Saturday. Get your tickets. Tickets are still being sold at Eventbrite. That's DJ Jack and Spade birthday party. Also sponsored by Goat Bars and Verses. Some of the hottest, most talented spitters from the Hampton Roads area can now be found on the Goat Verse app. Free download on your Roku TVs and your Amazon Fire Sticks or Cubes. And that's hosted by the greatest, my brother Jay Skizzle. Phrase, we got a lot of interesting topics tonight. I'm going to let you take it away, man. And Spars is going to back you up, brother.
All right, fellas, I say let's go ahead and get started with those NBA playoffs. Who you got? What's your predictions on the rest of the series? And then who you calling to win the championship? Thus far, obviously it might change if you don't got a favorite in it. What y'all feeling now? Let's to the floor. Whoever got something.
Playoffs. Woo-wee.
Go.
First and foremost, I'm gonna just put this out there. I feel like I'm going with Phoenix. No question about it. However, the NBA playoff MVP right now is Jimmy fucking Buckets. He is just carried this team on his back. Even when Giannis was out, the Bucks got a lot to deal with, and he still finds a way to win the game. And what he did last night was just a playoff classic. That's just gonna always be a memory. And but I'm taking the Suns, man. I got the Suns going all the way.
Vaughn, hey Spalls,
Yo.
we I just have to say I'm not giving Jimmy Butler no respect because of them Fox locks he had on. I just cannot say anything good about him.
Yeah, I'm gonna definitely have to respect that, man. But I ain't gonna take away his
Yeah, that
talent.
52
Boy,
was crazy.
talented.
At 50,
Yeah,
56, right? 56 points.
56 points,
Yeah,
man.
that was crazy.
The Heat,
Three.
the Heat definitely fighting, man. You know what I mean? But don't forget about them Knicks in the cut. You know what I mean?
The Knicks,
Hey, they looking
the
good
Knicks,
too. That's who I'm pulling for, just because I want to see them win.
the Knicks actually look good. I don't think I've
Yeah.
seen a New York team play like that since the early '90s, and they look real good. What's his name? R.J. Barrett, I think, or something like that. He can't. He finally is showing
Finally.
why.
Finally.
Yeah, and I like it. I really do like it to see the young man grow and take his position in the NBA and really becoming the star that he's gonna be. I like it.
So who you got winning?
Who between
Nah.
between the Knicks
I mean, you gotta
or
pick one in
the
each
whole thing?
series.
Oh man, shit. I'm gonna take Miami right now. I think the Bucks took a big blow like Ryan Garcia did the other night. I think they just about to take a knee. I think they just about to take a
3-1, I
knee.
don't see him coming back. I don't see him
Yeah,
coming back from 3.
I think it's over out there. I got Phoenix winning their series. I got the Lakers winning their series. Oh, I'm gonna tell you one though. Well, the good one, Game 7, first round, is definitely gonna be the Sacramento Kings and the Golden State Warriors. Sacramento has shown me things that I didn't think they had, and that boy Fox and Mook
You know, Fox not playing, right?
oh man, that changes everything. I didn't know that.
He doubtful for the night, so they probably gonna lose that one. And then you go down Golden State 3-2. They only got
Yeah,
to win one of the next two. They gonna do
yeah,
that.
that's gonna kill my 7-game prediction, man. I really thought that one was gonna go 7. With Fox on the floor, it would. I believe it would, but without him, it might be over. I like the Knicks too. I like the Knicks coming out, and I can't really think about all the other teams because I'm really not into all the other series probably right now. But those teams that I mentioned is my go teams.
I just want to see LeBron get another ring.
That's it. That's
Yeah,
it.
I'm
So if
just pulling for
LeBron
the
out,
Lakers.
that's it.
I just want to because the more they hate him, and the more I just want to see him throw it in their faces. So I'm glad the Lakers are back, doing better, and I really just want to see him get another ring. I don't see no because I'm a Bulls fan, so there's nobody else for me to pull for besides. I just like the underdog story of the Knicks and I'm coming back. So I would love for it to be New York and LA in the finals.
Yo, I'd like to shout out real quick. GMG City has just entered the building. Our special guest, man, P Town's own, burning them bars down on Goat Bars and Versus. GMG City, we talking sports talk right now, man. They want to know how you feel about this series. If you come off mic, man, who you got if you a sports watcher, brother? He's still getting this mic right. Keep
Hit,
going, Phrase.
yeah, hit that little mic at the bottom corner. But yeah, I want to see the Lakers and the Knicks, man, in the finals. And only person I don't want to see win is Kevin Durant. So I don't want the Suns to win. I'm mad that he went there because I want to see CP3 get one, but I don't want to see Durant get one. He don't need no ring
See,
until he brushes down his hair.
I'm flipped on that Skizzle. I'd rather see KD get the ring, and I don't want to see CP3 get the ring.
See, because the only reason I don't like because first of all, he don't brush his hair. Second of all, he don't put lotion on his ankles. Third of all, he just too damn sensitive. Like he's too tall to be have
Yeah.
girlish ways. Every time fans say something on Twitter, he just going crazy. Like, and he talking shit to Charles Barkley, knowing Charles Barkley would fold his ass up and put him in his pocket. Like, he just soft to me. Like
Yeah,
he's
no, he
soft.
definitely no, he definitely is he definitely got a little latte da, but I'm just saying I would like to see him get it for the simple fact I want him to get one minus Steph Curry. So there's that narrative. I like it when people can kill narratives, you know what I'm saying? But other
Yeah,
than
I
that,
do
that would
too.
be
I
my
do
main reason.
too.
And of course I want to see Devin Booker get right too, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Because didn't he survive the Kardashian curse?
I don't think nobody survives that. Wait, who
I mean, Booker been doing good though. Like he ain't
oh
had no
yeah.
scandals. He ain't been found no coke on his nose and nothing like that. So I'm
Yeah,
pulling
it's
for
to
him
be
just because he
determined.
survived that. Yeah,
Yeah,
man.
yeah.
I'm happy for the boy.
Is it over? Is he still with Shorty?
That's a good question because I don't know, man. I mean, I'm saying he's not because he's still sane. So I'm thinking that like he survived it. He's out of that situation because the Illuminati ain't came and got him yet. You know what I'm saying? So I'm proud of him. Oh, GMGJ City back. What's good, homie?
Y'all can hear me?
Yeah.
Hey,
Alright.
Skizzle, that Lakers Knicks predictions, that's trash. What you got on these Sixers though?
Oh, hold on. I do like the Sixers. Now, I would love for Embiid to get. I forgot they be in there because I hate James Harden. I forgot he be in there. Oh yeah. Before we go on, I just gotta let y'all know. Me and GMGJ City do got a little problem that he got me smacked in the mouth the other night because he posted that dumbass shit about when you arguing with your girl, start singing the Missy shit, and I tried it, and she like it took my head off, man. Yeah, I saw that post. I saw that. I tried that shit, dog. But yeah, I forgot your 76ers phrase. My bad, man. I forgot, man. I hate
What's
James
your beef
Harden, but
with
I forgot.
James Harden, Skizzle?
Huh? You said what?
What's your problem with James Harden?
He give up on niggas worse than my baby mama. Like the nigga just leave everywhere he go to when something ain't right that is more than likely his fault. And he's out of shape. And that shit is terrible. Like, how did he gain that much weight? Like he look like the daddy from Good Times now.
He's
Like
still breaking ankles though. He just broke ankles like last week though. He's still breaking ankles out of shape and all.
but you can't give him that credit because he traveled. He been traveling for 8 years. And I don't know why they don't call it. Like, how did they let these niggas cheat like that? Like, that shit is terrible. I hate watching him play basketball because he travel every time. Like, they just make up new rules. I don't understand it. But I want Embiid to get one though. So I mean, they can like. I would love for 76ers to win because rest in peace, my pops is a 76ers fan. I would love for them to win. Just instead of a ring, give James Harden a bracelet or something like that. A ring pop.
Who you got winning at 4-5?
I do like Phoenix. I ain't gonna front. I mean, I'm gonna keep it real with you. Like kind of how some people are. Like I think Skizzle or Spall said it earlier. I don't really keep in tune with all the series. My main thing is the Western Conference playoffs are the playoffs to me. So for me, is I really key in on the West. So I'm thinking if it ain't gonna be, LA is actually looking good. But I like Phoenix, like I said, and as far as East. I like Miami. You know what I'm saying? I like Miami, but I watched the whole Philly series. They cleaned up, and seeing that young boy Maxi get down, that was crazy. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I like the West, man, and I think it could boil down to L.A. or Phoenix. But then, like you said, like I think Spall said, Sacramento is really showing up. So it's a toss up. But I really enjoy Western Conference playoffs every year. That's what I look for.
I
No
can't
doubt, no
believe you
doubt.
said you ain't want Chris Paul to get a ring though. 4-5. Like
Nah, I
what?
don't fool with Chris Paul, yo. Fuck him.
Shots. Damn, I got a
He did.
song called Chris Paul.
He deserved one though. He deserved one though. He been in the league. He been so close so many times. He just deserved one.
Hold up, he
And I
deserve it
think,
just because he been in the league.
nah, I'm saying like,
That's like I've been in school, so I can stay in high school for 8 years and deserve a diploma. Is that how that works?
nah,
Yeah,
nah,
you kind
nah,
of
nah.
do.
What I'm
You kind of
saying
do,
is,
man.
what what I'm saying is he's an all pro player for many years. He's been close at least 3 times to almost getting the ring, and it's just always a bittersweet end for him. And with KD there, I feel like KD just carrying Chris Paul on his back. Like, I'm gonna get you this chip, dog. And it just make perfect sense that Kevin Durant is there. That's why I feel like they're just gonna win it. I think
They
Kevin
both
Durant,
kind of emotional though. Them niggas, they kind of is on some emotional support group because KD
yeah,
is wild, sensitive, and Chris Paul is kind of crazy too.
yeah.
He's an emotional support
So,
group.
but you got to understand where KD's sensitivity come from, and it didn't start until after people criticized him for going to Golden State and saying he might not have won a ring without Golden State. And I think that's where his feelings and emotions get involved, because it's like people saying they don't respect him, when to me he's the greatest player in the NBA right now. As far as shooting, nobody shoots like him. Steph does what he does from the 3-pointer, we know that. But an all around shooting, what is he, a fucking forward? He's crazy. He's phenomenal.
Yeah, ain't nobody gonna argue that. I wouldn't argue that.
But I think he got Chris Paul on his back. He gonna carry him there, man.
They got some chips on their shoulders. They the Phoenix chips.
He definitely one of the best, man. He just don't brush his hair. That's my only problem.
Facts. Fairies, go ahead and get ready to go to the next topic, bro.
GMG, who you got winning?
Yeah, man, I got Phoenix for real. I got Phoenix and Boston in the finals. Yeah, I mean, but I got
That's a
Phoenix.
good one.
But
That is
I'm a
very good.
Hey,
I'm a
that's
I'm fans. You know what I'm saying? I know what Durant capable of. Can't nobody check Durant. Can't nobody guard Durant. And then you just got him. You just added him with Devin Booker, Chris Paul, DeAndre Ayton. They got the most complete team to me, except for they bench. They bench a little weak, so I don't know how that's gonna rock throughout the whole playoffs. But we're gonna see.
His point is
LA
very
might,
valid.
LA might. I mean, LA got a nice little bench though, so LA might can pull it off. But I feel like if the Clippers had their whole squad, the Clippers would be the team to beat.
Mm-mm. We don't want to see Kawhi get nothing else until he play at least 50 games in the season. That nigga's cheating.
Yeah,
Shit, I got
Kawhi.
Philly
And
winning
then
it.
Russ out there snapping. He doing it by himself. Philly, I like Philly too though.
It's hard for me to see Durant after what I seen with that last Brooklyn series. He gonna have to prove it. But shit, after that, I mean, I'm pretty much wrapped up on this topic. Anybody else got anything else before we move on? All right, fuck it. Next one. Can Jim Jones beat Pusha, or can Pusha beat Jim Jones in the verses? What's your thoughts?
I don't even know how this is a subject, but
Hell
okay.
no, no.
Tell Jim Jones
First
do
of
it.
all,
Tell Jim Jones do it at Record Park. They could have it at Record Park. That's the only place he run at.
Hit that nigga, that nigga rumble, nigga. Stop playing with my nigga, man.
Nah, he runs.
tell him GMG. Listen, hold on. This
Listen,
whole this.
he only fight when he got 100 niggas and Freddie Gibbs in the building.
Hey, hold on, Phrase. Give him some backstory. The backstory is
No.
Jim Jones. Jim Jones said that Pusha T ain't top 50. Y'all think he top 50?
Yeah, he top. I mean, our
Yeah,
opinion. Top 50. Yeah, damn. It ain't 50. It ain't 50 motherfuckers I can. It ain't 50 motherfuckers I can name over him. But you know what I mean.
yeah.
Got Jones beating them in the verses though. Jim Jones got more shit. He got more hits than goddamn Pusha T. If you talking about the verses, you talking about hits. You talking about hits.
Yeah, I think he would. He would definitely beat. Cause Pusha don't make music like that, so he would beat Pusha in the verses. I just don't think he can. If you're not in the top 50, you can't speak on who should be in the top 50. Like if you're not even close to being in the top
Facts.
50.
Well, Pusha.
Facts.
That's my only
That's where I'm
problem
at.
with it.
I wouldn't even got there lie to you. It's like I was just saying, the Pusha in that shit, Jim gotta be in top 50. If Pusha in it,
You say he gotta be?
yeah, because if we talking about album wise,
What are we saying? Top 50
Oh no no no.
Hold on.
That's what I'm
Hold on.
saying.
I got this.
What is the top
Talk
50
to him,
of?
GMG City. Talk to him.
we talking about album sales, or what we talking about?
Hold on. Hold on.
What we
Oh,
talking
yeah, that's what I want to know. Like, what's the criteria?
GMG.
Top 50 what?
GMG Skizzle, I
Are we
got you.
talking about lyrics?
I
Like, what
got
we
you.
talking about?
I got you. I got you, GMG and Skizzle. I got you. So this is what actually happened. Like P said, he said that Pusha did not need to be a part of the top 50. Charlemagne the God did break down why he was in the top 50, and he spoke on bars. Jim Jones was speaking on more of like impact, what was going on, and was just saying he would replace Pusha T with NBA YoungBoy because of the impact NBA YoungBoy has versus a Pusha T. But bar for bar, he did agree. Well, he can rap. Jim Jones said the man can rap. But as far as influence and impact, he was just saying he would take him off that list and replace him
Nobody
with
wanted
NBA YoungBoy.
nobody, bro.
So,
That's that.
so look, this is my only thing. I heard his response, and go ahead, go ahead, JC. I'm sorry, I just saw you. I'm speaking.
Oh nah. I was just agreeing with what he said. I was agreeing with what Jim Jones said. I feel like Pusha really ain't had no impact. Nobody wants to beat Pusha T. You know what I'm saying? Like he ain't really got
That's what I'm glad you said that. That's why I'm glad you said that because I heard Jim Jones that was the big thing that I heard that made me mad when he said that. He says nobody wants to be. That has nothing to do with rap. I mean, that has nothing to do with talent. Like, nobody wants to be somebody. Like, I'm a grown man. I don't want to be no other grown man. So it's like he's talking about kids. Like, I know kids look up to people like, I want to be like him. I want to be like him. I don't want to be like no rapper because I'm a grown man. So I don't understand why is that a part of rap, of judging who is the best rapper. Like, I thought it was about who can rap better.
See, like Mr. Jizzy, if you talking about influence on the game, and you talking about motherfuckers that like Wayne, you talking about motherfuckers like Jay, you know what I'm saying? You talking about motherfuckers like as a rapper, you look up to somebody else. You look up to the next, make somebody. You know what I'm saying? You look up to the next rapper. You might, you know what I'm saying? But I ain't never ran into no rapper that be like, well, PushaT. I looked up to PushaT. He made me, you know what I'm saying? Or throw that push on. You never. He made me want to be who I like. You know what I mean? When it comes to this rap, influence, like you said, the influence is like you want to be technical.
I do got a kind of rebuttal to that. People know where they say what made Wayne start wearing Bapes. You know what I'm saying? People know what who they say is the innovators of coke rap. So if that's what the criteria Jim Jones is stating, then Pusha and the Clips as a whole have amazing influence. You know what I'm saying, in hip hop.
I agree. Just let me know when I can rock. Let me know.
It's on you.
Go ahead, rock, baby
So
boy.
so so this is my thing with Jim Jones. Kind of what Skizzle. I want to camel back off of what Skizzle was saying earlier. Anything that we really thinking about as far as impact, because top the whole thing was it's supposed to be top 50 all time. I'm pretty sure you got your you can have KRSs or Rakims or any of those. That argument that Jim had seemed like it was rooted in some salty shit because the way he even worded it was, who you talking about, Pusha, the one that was rapping about coke that he probably never sold, and let's not gloss over that. So right there, even though when he tried to give him the backhanded compliment with, yeah, he's nice, but then saying NBA young boy, we talking about top 50 all time. And the whole thing is whether or not Push can be in it. If Push can't be in it, then you shouldn't even be speaking on it, Jim Jones, because we're talking about rapping. You know what I mean? Yeah, he may have been a part of some hits. We know Dipset had a culture. We're not taking away none of that, but we're talking about top 50 all time. I could sit here and probably name almost 50 MCs who were very, very dope before I get possibly the Pusher, but definitely before I get to Jim Jones. And that's kind of where I want to, you know what I'm saying? That's just my main point on it.
No doubt, no doubt.
All right.
What you got, Spars?
Man, from my perception, this is just my perception. I didn't feel like he was taking any personal shots at Push. I felt like when the criteria was first given to him, it wasn't given to him so he can understand why Pusha was in the top 5. He just automatically started talking about like, yo, you got to put NBA up there because he can drop 14 albums and they all gonna go platinum in 1 year with no radio play. Like, it was just like things like that did make sense to me. Now, I do feel a little bit of what 456 saying because it was some sarcastic things going on when he was like he never probably sold dope, whatever the case may be. But it's a thin line with it to me. It's just I don't think he was trying to diss him or nothing, but because me personally, I think he know enough. Like, he's in hip hop culture. You're not about to set yourself up to get punished by Pusha T. Like, we know Pusha T will punish you. He might not end his career because Jim and them they got their own culture, but he gonna punish you lyrically. So I
So
don't
I got
think
a
he was
question,
dissing him.
Vaughn.
Yes, sir.
Hey, Vaughn, what does it mean to go platinum now? That means a million people are buying. Like, remember, a platinum used to be a million people walked in and paid $10 for a CD. So what is going platinum mean now?
Yo, Skizzle, I'm so far out of touch, right? Like, honestly, I don't know
That's what like
if I don't know if it's
that's what I'm saying. Like, we
streams.
can't give credit because this is my only reason I'm asking that. I don't give credit like saying NBA YoungBoy could go platinum. Like, you basically telling me that there's a million kids. I ain't bought an album in a long time because I'm smart enough to work a computer where I can get through and find out, listen on YouTube. I don't have to pay for your album anymore. So, like, you're basically telling me kids are the driving force for for a number based argument, which is totally ain't no way in hell you gonna tell me NBA YoungBoy is not even top 100 greatest of all time. Like, we gotta be really for real now. Like, this shit it is damn near getting disrespectful. Like, you not gonna tell me bar for bar. Like I say this all the time. Jay-Z did it when he dropped the Black Album. If you remember, you could have went in Target and found a copy of the Black Album with no music, just words. Because we saying rapping now, rappers. We're not talking about the 50 greatest sellers, but rappers. He dropped the Black Album a cappella, a version of it. If you can't do that, I want to hear like I don't understand. How are we saying NBA YoungBoy should be over Pusha? Jim Jones is really like, why did he pick Push out of everybody? Like, it sounds like he needs some clout and he wanted to bait Pusha so Pusha could get him lit because he ain't been lit since Cam decided, let me go mess with Mace and be cool with Mace. Like, and he don't have a reality TV show. Like, what
Oh,
has anybody
oh,
been talking about Jim Jones for?
whoa, whoa, buddy. I don't know about that. I don't know about that statement. I was
Hold on,
with you till
hold
you
on,
said
P.
he
Hold
ain't
on,
been
P.
lit.
I mean, you
Hold
talking about
on,
with
P.
Mano
Let's
and the Lobby Boys? I'm talking about Jim Jones
nah.
by himself.
Right, hold on. So let's make this point. I'm gonna make a point, and I ain't taking sides for neither one of them. They both do what they do. That's good for them. But just to, just to make a point about Jimmy, what you just said was the same thing Jimmy said about Pusha. Who really ride around listening to Pusha T? If tell me, sing me 5 songs directly on Pusha T, and that's how we feel about Jim. I can't sing 5 songs about Jim. I can tell you 5 songs about Pusha though. You know what I'm saying? But Jim has been lit lately by himself. I'm not gonna say
Woo.
I'm listening to it, but I know people that be like, "Yo, you heard that
With
new
no
Jim?
big
That
producer.
shit dope. That shit dope. That shit." I hear people talk about it. It ain't nothing
What
I'm
Jim
checking
what Jim
for.
put out?
I don't know. It's stuff that me and you not checking for. But to Jim's point,
Nah, Jim
it
Jones
for
just got
like
the
me
new
and
joint
you,
with Hitmaker out there.
for like Jim Jones got to put himself in the same seat as Pusha T, not lyrically, but just about who checking for them. Because I'm not checking for Jim Jones, but I will
That's
respect
my
the
point,
fact that
Spars. Nah, you
lately,
said it.
yeah,
He
I
can't
will.
rap. Why would we
Yeah,
check for him? He can't rap.
nah, I never said he could. I'm just saying I hear people talking about him like if Pusha drop, I'm gonna go check for Pusha. And what Jim's saying is the same thing. If 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 a certain person drop, how many people checking for that person? That's when the NBA YoungBoy come in because NBA YoungBoy can drop right now, and really, it's like the world know about it. No radio play, no nothing. It's crazy. I don't understand how the little boy doing this shit, but he does it. So just to that point, it's like me and you, we gonna go check for Pusha. We ain't checking for Jim. But then you got people that ain't checking for Pusha, but they checking for Jim. You see what I'm saying?
I got a question. I got a question to that. Since he says nobody checks for Pusha, right? Um when's the last time Jim Jones had an album hit number one?
I don't know if he ever did.
He ain't had one.
He didn't. No, he had to have one to hit number one.
I don't think he had one, but I want
Nah, he
What?
had song. Nah, he had
he had
songs, not an
songs that have
album.
charted,
He
but
had
not an
songs.
album.
For real? Now, didn't somebody recently that we talking about have a number one? What? Y'all hear the sarcasm in my voice?
Can I
He
chime
he
in?
did
Pusha
have
did.
another one, and he's gonna have another one,
So Pusha did recently. So what is Jim
and
talking about?
nominated and some more
Recently?
stuff, right? Wasn't he nominated?
Yeah,
Can I chime in right quick?
yeah. I mean, recently. I don't know.
As far
I
as
don't
far
know. I
as the
don't
young
know.
boy joint though, the thing about YoungBoy, he the only artist I could think of in recent times and probably in history that he don't need Spotify, he don't need the streaming joints. Most of his joint comes straight from YouTube. It's little kids who parents ain't paying streaming services no guap, and he just they spinning them. You know what I'm saying? So you gotta keep in mind this is a dude who don't have no radio, no marketing team. He can't tour because of his situation, and he's still doing what he do. So we ain't seen nothing like this in history. So you gotta kind of give him some kind of credit for what it is he doing. Second, even with the listing, a lot of us is going to dispute it and have our takes on it because we looking at it like talent, technique, ball work. A lot of that they ain't even thinking about in the full range of aspect or even giving it the weight that most of us purists would. Third, when it come to the whole thing about Push, the thing that make I think Push a quote unquote target is because they a lot of rappers who I've even had conversations with think that he's one dimensional and don't think he's believable. So where you have so many rappers that rely on credibility and for everything that's come out, especially since the whole situation with his man Jeezy and all that, a lot of people was like, yo, we question his authenticity and they don't calculate the music that he makes and how it charts. It's more about him directly. So I think that's why they tend to over the course of the past few years make comments about him different rappers. But with Jim, fourth, and I'm gonna bow out after this. With Jim, every project he's dropped in the past, I say 5, 6 years, has been above average quality projects. I'm not including the Lobby Boys joint, and I haven't heard the latest joint. But the Gangsta Grills joint, the what was the name of that joint he had a couple years ago? Wasted Talent, The Kitchen, the El Capo joint, all them joints was above average products. Like, and he doing it with no promotion. He doing it with no big name producers until his Hit Boy joint. I mean, Hitmaker joint. So, and I guess if you want to consider drama to be an influence for the Gangsta Grills joint, but aside from that, he been carving his own lane for a strong decade, and him being able to keep his relevancy. I know you said something Skizzle about he ain't been lit, but he is a constant dude that constantly reinvents himself. Like, excuse me, he's a constant dude that consistently reinvents himself. So even if we seeing him the same way, saying the same stuff, the way he presented it, whether it be social media, doing the weather thing, he finds some kind of way to shake things up just long enough for when his project come out and move how he wanted to move. So it's a nice little system that he got as far as how he work his madness.
So that leaves
Well
the
said,
question:
class.
who win in the verses?
Jim Jones.
Now, with all that said, Jim is still win the verses because Pusha T don't make music like that.
But I feel like y'all sleeping because it's the verses. Like Push done been on some hits. Like it's only a designated amount.
I
Like
don't think
Jim
Pusha
can
got
have some
20
clubbing.
though. I don't think Push
Yeah,
got
He ain't
20.
Pusha
got
don't
no
got 20.
features. You see
Pusha
he
can
No,
ain't
he
got
hit
has
20
nothing that.
features.
Pusha can
Not
hit five,
often,
six
but
songs from clips. Then he can hit into his good music bag and get a good five
I
feature
don't see it.
joints. He could get
But
five
they
good
not
joints and
like
then maybe
hit
five
hits. They not
solo.
joints that people reciting though.
Oh yeah, bro. Yeah, he got some. I mean,
what?
it's not joints that girls are reciting. The ladies ain't gonna be
Yeah,
Exactly.
champion like. But if, when was the last time you heard it like that? Come on, they gonna know that that.
Yeah, that's the thing. They can't recite his words because he's technical in a way. Like
But niggas can recite Kendrick Lamar words, J. Cole, all them type of niggas. Pusha just ain't, you know what I'm saying? He's talking coke, bro. Everybody don't talk coke, bro. Every female don't talk coke,
mhm.
bro. You can't even move
Yeah,
the
I ain't gonna
female.
lie. I
You
will
can't
say
even.
that.
All Jim Jones gotta do is play summer in Miami. Bro, you got niggas and bitches. You play balling. You got sports, niggas, bitches, kids. Bro, what are we talking about?
Yeah, Jim will win in the verses.
This is quality, bro.
That's quality.
This is quality, bro. I'm a Jim fan, bro. We can talk all day,
But
bro.
that's facts though, gang. You feel me?
Jim trash, but he can win the verses though.
Bro, he gonna win it. He gonna win it hands
Let me ask
down.
you a question
He
then.
trash.
Yeah,
Let me
he gonna
ask
win
you a
the verses.
question then.
I take your
Outside of
opinion.
outside of balling, Summer Miami, Pop Champagne, and let's say what was the joint he
Hustle
had with
Score,
the
Certified Gangsters. We can keep
yeah,
going.
certified gangsters.
I'm a Jim fan,
Outside
bro.
of them four, outside of them
Emotionless, bro.
4 or 5 songs, when you gotta go 20, what's them other 6 songs that you know can beat
Bro,
him?
you still got
He gonna
Diplomat,
use
bro.
Dipset.
But you can only use songs
You
that
said
you
you do
on
slick.
though. You can only use songs that you
You
on.
said
You can't use
okay.
diplomatic
If
immunity.
you
You
do,
can't use Hey Ma. You can't use Old
okay.
Boy. You can
And he
use Come
can't
Home
use
with
clips.
Me.
He can't use clips.
Yeah, he
Then.
gotta use shit he on,
He
He
right?
can't
can
use the
use
clips.
clips because
Then.
he on those songs,
So we
bruh.
cannot. So we cannot,
But
bro.
you saying he can't use no but he
No,
can't
he
use
gotta
no.
use songs that he was on. So there's certain songs, Dipset songs Jim won't own.
I really mean it. Oh boy. Like y'all niggas is tripping, bro. Y'all niggas is tripping. Y'all niggas is
Hold on, he
tripping.
won't on Old
Jim
Boy.
Jones, man.
Jim Jones
Jim
won't
got the
on Old Boy.
catalog, man. Jim
Nah, he
Jones
won't.
got the catalog, bro.
Yeah.
I think
Jim
it'll be
He
Jones
got a
more
said the
interesting
skip
catalog.
than
He
said
cats
he
back,
giving
had
it
a
skip
high
credit
said
verse
back
for.
on
home is
Afro
crazy.
Shorty, so
Yeah, it'll be more interesting than I think cats giving it credit for. But I think it'll be closer than cats expect too.
I kind of think Pusha might
That's
bore.
VA
I
bound,
think
Pusha
bro.
might bore
That's
the
VA
crowd.
bound, bro.
Pusha might bore the crowd a little
He
bit.
will, bro. He don't got that, bro.
But you talking about a verse? You talking
He
about
gonna bore the hell out the
you in
crowd, bro.
front of
I
people? You gonna
don't think Push is gonna win, but I think he
you got
definitely gets slept on. You gotta understand, it's a versus.
Yeah, I
Everybody
ain't saying
coming
it's
there
a
is either
blowout, but
there
he
to
will
see
win.
Pusha or they there to see
It's a
Jim Jones. So you gonna have people in the crowd fucking with you no matter what. So it really don't matter what he play. It's just a matter of if the crowd is continuing with him. Because the perspective from the outside world is always gonna be opinionated and gonna be he won or he didn't win. But it's more so what the reaction of the crowd is while they're
that
performing.
nigga ain't no Jadakiss, I tell you that.
Can I
Facts.
ask a
Oh
question? Can
no,
I
that's
ask a
for
question?
sure.
And
Was this brought up at the interview too about who would win the verses?
Nah, they didn't ask me anything about a versus, but
Okay.
I looked at it like Jim been saying a lot of comments since that versus when Jada, did his thing. He's made probably about 5 or 6 public comments about somebody in the verses, whether it's Jada should have dropped a single after the verses. We'll go against them niggas again in the verses. So and so need to see so and so in the verses. Like he's made various
Yeah.
comments about verses since then, probably more than anybody. And if you think about it, verses, what's it called? Twitch kind of calmed that joint down. Like it really ain't been active like that. So for him to make so many comments about it, it's almost giving the inclination that he wants to engage in some kind of verses again.
Yeah,
And then
nah,
that you see the
facts.
Cam and them touring, you see they doing their podcast, a little fun joint him and Mace doing. It's like, okay, here's another way for you to tap into your creative bag. If you stand on the stage alone, who's somebody you can stand with? It's only a couple of artists that have jumped out and said, I'll do another verses like Two Chains and Ross. And then it's like, well, who else on your level of I don't want to say artistry, but who else can you pull into that conversation? And I guess he figuring Push might be somebody he can possibly pull in.
That's
You
because the
gotta
locks whipped his ass and he feel like he want to get a win back.
Yeah,
out
he
for
trying
Jim
to pick
for
a
Jim.
win.
Honestly though, I don't think it's about winning or losing. And I say that understanding that these dudes are from Harlem. Man, it's about a
Yeah,
bag.
capitalize.
Yeah, that's a hustle.
It's definitely about a bag. Like I'm gonna do this because I know the bag gonna come. You know what I'm saying? Because now Jadakiss made Jim and them so much money. Not saying Jim and them won't never get no money. I'm just saying they made a bag off that joint. Even after it was over, everybody was making money. You see what I'm saying? So I think he understands the climate that those little arenas and interviews can bring that attention. It brings a paycheck. I think that's what it is for Jimmy.
But
Yeah, I mean, when you sit back and you look at how Cam been able to maneuver, bro, since that verses, like my homie was telling me that Ti told him this about this Legends tour. that this is the best tour that he's been on, and he said a lot of the artists that's on there feel the same way because it ain't an everyday thing. They don't have to be right up underneath each other. They hit in the cities, they hit the stage, they doing their own after parties where they getting direct buck. So when you a gym and you seeing your man being able to capitalize on it like that, the pink horsepower, his product got instant promotion and had an increase in sales. Now he being able to pivot into, the joint he doing with Mace, it created so much opportunity for just looking at your main guy. So it's like, well, damn, if it's doing that for him, what can I do if I get another opportunity? Like, how can
Right,
I capitalize off this hustle? So it
right.
makes sense.
All makes sense. Yeah, that's what I'm going with. I think it's about a bag.
Man, I ride for VA, so fuck him until he goddamn apologize.
You know what's
Damn.
crazy?
I
He
think it'd
fuck
be an
with VA
interesting
too.
battle,
That's what's
man. What
crazy
else we
about
got?
Jim. He fuck with VA.
Yeah, he
Hey,
definitely loved
Facts.
VA.
hey,
I think it'll be a great battle.
apologize
I
for
think
what,
it's
bro?
great both of them.
Can y'all hear me?
Yes, sir.
If that man got asked a question about a certain rapper and he places his opinion, he has that right, right?
Yeah.
I don't think he got asked the question. Though. I think he brought his name up.
He did, bro. He did, bro. He did. That nigga don't mention nobody, bro. That nigga's self arrogant like a motherfucker. They asked that man, bro. I watched the whole interview, and he
I know
did
the
it again.
I know the Breakfast Club asked him. I don't know about the initial
Nah,
interview.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
But no, the initial interview
hold on,
though,
class. They
I
talk.
think they was
Hold on, they talking. They talking facts, bro.
But
They
bro,
okay.
talking facts.
it gotta
It
be.
was a. It was an interview before
Right,
that. It was an interview before the
right.
Breakfast
So he
Club.
on that in
You low, bro. You too low, bro.
that first interview, he didn't speak on Pusha. He just started talking, and Pusha just came up.
It had to be, bro. Cause how he come up?
Yeah, I don't know what happened. I
How
don't
did he
I
come
ain't see
up,
the
bro?
I
first
don't
one.
know how he came up.
See the first interview can change my whole
I'm not going to no.
perception, but I haven't seen it.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to go check that.
Yeah,
You
y'all
know what I
gotta check
mean?
where it initially came from. What's up next,
I saw
Fred?
the clip, but I didn't see it like that.
Let's get into these AI songs. I heard a couple. This shit getting wicked out here real quick.
Oh man, I'm gonna get straight to the
Can you hear me?
point, man. Um, First and foremost, I'm gonna just say it like this: they know music is one of the biggest influence, influential things as a tool, right? It's really bigger than music. With the AI joint, I do think it's crazy how it can do all that. But however, in our near future, this AI thing is gonna be way bigger than just some music going on. Like jobs about to be replaced, teachers about to be replaced, a lot of things about to be gone. And on the music side of it, I think it's crazy. X was showing me something on YouTube and how I can create a feature from Biggie Smalls, and like it's really about to be some weird shit going on, man. That's my whole intake on it. I'm done with it. I'll just talk about y'all opinions.
Me personally, I don't think. There's a couple of ways I feel about it. One, I'm never against technology. Two, I feel like the powers that be, especially those that have big money in the main three labels, they're gonna pivot some kind of way to not allow for this to be a major monetary situation where cats gonna be able to make bank off of it because using likeness without clearance, even if it's on some bootleg AI, think of like what you just said about Biggie. If Tiana and Lil Chris ain't getting that money for somebody making an AI Biggie verse, then that's gonna be lawsuits and you talking about intellectual property and all types of copyright infringements. There's gonna be so much paperwork that your average kid sitting in the room making these songs gonna get caught up in. They're not gonna let this become something that's just I think out of hand. But three, um, I also feel like how can I say it without it sounding crazy? I also feel like it's gonna create a situation where it's time for the people who are artists to be able to change the direction of some of their content. Like, if they're gonna be using AI, like you just said, it's the most influential thing. If they're gonna be using AI to pump certain imagery, messages, undertones, and all type of stuff, I think it's gonna come up to a responsibility of some of these artists, especially if they're the ones who might be falling victim to it, and especially if it touches their pockets, they gonna have to do something to be anti what the AI is doing. So if you are a little baby, for example, and they got a little baby AI that can duplicate every song type of content that you doing in your way that you do it, well, now you're gonna have to rap about something different, bro. Like, your fans gonna want to hear something different because they can hear you without hearing you saying the same things you would normally say. So what's gonna make them gravitate to you again? You're gonna have to reinvent and come with a whole different style of content, maybe even delivery cadences. You might not be able to be trappy no more. You might have to get a little bit more boom bapish or soulful or create a whole new genre. So I think for creative wise, it could be something that could benefit the game.
Hmm, interesting.
I
That
don't
shit
like
is fraud.
that shit was crazy. I heard a Drake song. I was about to
This is what I
download that shit
realized.
and start listening to some
Y'all
other
heard the
shit.
y'all heard the joint with Rihanna over Beyonce record?
Nah, I ain't heard it
Nah.
yet.
Okay, so I saw it on Instagram, and what I realized is that what I think the one benefit that artists will actually like about it when they get past the people stealing their likeness or whatever is that I listening to it. That means Rihanna could be 65 years old, lose her voice, but she can still pump out albums as long as she can write. Like that means that artists will never be able to like they will never have to stop. They can make albums forever, long as they sign their rights over or sign their likeness over to the AI at the end of the day because they can always sound like they sound when they're 25, 26. As far as R&B singers, at least.
Look at what it could do for somebody like DOC. Like, somebody who had a tragic accident, was the rookie of the fucking year, had a whole album. An artist, think of it like this: an artist from Texas, affiliated with a West Coast crew with East Coast tendencies. Rookie of the year, tragic accident, whole album no cussing, and him being able to reinvent himself in today's time. And still, even the verses that he's written are some of the most memorable verses of all time since that accident. But him being able to really generate an album that sound like how he sounded back in '89, that's the kind of shit that I'm saying. Like, that's why I say I'm not against technology because I see what it can do and how it can help. But if it's something where you're doing it to, like I said, for the dead, like how they was doing with the holograms of Pac and Easy and shit like that, like that's what I don't like, But if it could work for situations like that, like for Doc, I'm with it.
Interesting again. I like that.
Yeah, that's one aspect of looking at it though, man. I mean, but the other aspect is kind of like, just to play not even really devil's advocate, but just to look at it as a whole, man. Of course, there's gonna be some positives and some negatives. One of the things is what happens when it's not Rihanna signing over her likeness, when it's Kiana that they created from scratch, who sounds damn near like Rihanna, and they're pimping it so they don't have to pay Rihanna for her thing. Like it can get kind of weird. I mean, it can get. I'm sure there's gonna be artists that are gonna be able to maneuver and protect themselves and things like that. But you know what I mean. There's also gonna be some fugazi shit in the game with this.
That's what I don't like.
Also,
That's what I don't like.
yeah.
That's my problem.
So that be my thing is they start cooking up artists from scratch. Now, what it will help, not trying to, big up my man, but just like people like Jay Skizzle's greatest show on stage, now that has even more value because I think you can't mimic that. Like we'll have to go out and we'll have a higher value for seeing a real human being going out there getting down for their crown. You know what I mean? Because yeah, the youngins may still be consuming all of the AI music, but I think there's going to be that's going to place a different type of value. I don't think it's going to just automatically devalue the human. That's all.
I got a question, y'all. This is the thing I think about. I think about weird shit like this. What we were just talking about Jimmy and Pusha. What
Yeah.
if What if somebody created a diss record using Pusha Voice going at Jimmy for what he said, and Jimmy thinks that that's really Pusha, and that starts. So like, I think that could possibly, like, you got people that just be on the internet just to troll and be, and, you know what I'm saying, and start drama. That could cause a lot of problems. Like, you know what I'm saying? Artists not even dissing artists, but somebody using that to diss artists.
Yeah, because that joint drop right now, everybody gonna go be like, oh damn, you heard that Pusha this? And everybody gonna go listen to it. The people that's checking for it gonna go listen to it. That's enough to make it hot, the room. You know what I'm saying? Even though it's not him, people just gonna assume. And that can start problems. But didn't we just recently have somebody that was a creator of a hip hop AI, and then they canceled his AI because of some statements the AI had made rapping or something
He
like
was saying
that?
the word nigga, and it was a white boy. He was saying the word nigga, and it was a white boy. So they got him
So
up out of there.
so we already see the what can come from this.
Damn, even the AIs done got racist already. This shit is
Yeah,
crazy.
I
And the
remember I
first
remember
one.
that.
But it
That's
was a
what made
white
me
boy
ask,
who
like, hold on.
who created the AI, and he was just making regular music. The avatar character was black, so he was just making music like he was black, but he was saying the
Oh,
word nigga.
okay. It wasn't
And
the
the
hard
voice,
R. He wasn't using the
nah,
hard
the
R.
voice of the
Nah,
dude, the
it was
voice
the
of the
A.
dude was a
Not
black
the
dude.
hard R.
The voice was a black dude. The white dude was generating the rhymes and everything he was saying. And the black
Yeah,
dude was like, I didn't authorize him to be able to use my voice to say things he was doing like that. So yeah, they definitely canceled him.
And he was he
yeah.
was he was about to make bank too.
And that's the thing. I know what I'm saying. Like, think of how many white boys could actually make music now using the word nigga, and know what I'm saying. We won't even know who's behind it. Like, I think if you use it, it should be like, because to me it's like fraud. So you should have to acknowledge yourself, like put yourself out there. Who's the creator? Who's the author?
Absolutely, absolutely. That's I think the only way you have to do that in order for it to not get super crazy. I agree 100%.
I believe that's what they, challenged with what happened with the guy. I believe they set that as a standard now. Like, if you are a creator of AI, you have to display yourself, show yourself, let the people in the world know who you are exactly because of those reasons. So I think they're gonna set it up to protect each other and to protect other people. But I just feel like they rocking us to sleep for something bigger than what we know.
I do too. I don't see too much. I don't see it being as good before it gets bad. Like, I feel like all this shit, like, it's like you said, it's gonna take jobs. It's gonna do a lot of harm before they can fix it and fix the kinks for it to do good.
Yeah,
What, what,
yeah,
what y'all think
and
about
I
ghostwriting?
just see it as far as the
That's
AI.
basically what it is. That's basically what it is.
Yeah, I feel
Quentin
like
Miller
artists gonna
on the
start
computer.
using that and just because you can't. That's a way of ghostwriting where nobody will find out. You'll never.
And
We'll never know you have a ghostwriter.
because the AI actually writes the lyrics.
Right,
Yeah.
you copy and paste
That's
it.
I mean,
crazy.
not really. Like, you can write the lyrics, but you can pick which voice you want. Like,
Oh,
it's a white dude who does what's that, EDM, and he's a DJ, and he
yeah.
goes and creates, like, he created an Eminem record where he basically goes to, and it's like not Eminem's words at all. He just uses his voice,
Nah,
and he lit right now on Instagram, like
nah, but
super lit. The shit sound fire. It sound like Eminem.
that's what I'm saying. Like actual artists, like they just stopped writing and now they just use AI.
Damn,
That's corny.
that is crazy, bro.
Because think about this, I know one thing it will. Like, if I was if I was a 20 something artist trying to get on, I would actually I would write something and use Wayne voice just to prove that it's not it's not it's really who's saying it, and that's what's being said. Because I can say a line and be like, they be like, all right, that's all right. If Wayne say the same line, they be like, oh, that's the greatest shit we ever heard in our life. So I feel like artists could use that and then come out like, yep, that was really me writing that. And then be like, oh, okay, so he must can write. He must, and that's gonna deliver people, like, make people want to at least check out his regular music.
Yeah,
So I think
I,
that's what some
I
artists
mean,
been
we
using for.
seen that with Gilly the Kid though. It won't the same outcome.
I mean, yeah, I mean, it really was good. Yeah, you're right. I mean, but think about it, that's what he did. He really like borrowed that style, you know what I'm saying, made it his own. And that's what the AI finna start doing.
That's
I don't
that's
know.
that's crazy.
That's crazy. Anybody else got any thoughts before we wrap up, fellas?
Uh, hey man, before we go, man, and I just don't. I'm just saying this because I don't see this enough, and everybody up here, all my guys up here, I respect you guys as kings, and you know, it's a lot of things going on in our country, and I don't see enough of the posting of the young man that rung the wrong doorbell and was shot in the head, and then the man came out and stood over him and shot him again. A bright little boy with a bright future. I'm talking about clean. He don't look like my son. Like, and I'm not being funny towards my son. My son is who he is because of what he believes in. But this little boy was clean cut, a musician, wanted to go to school for engineering, and I just don't see enough people posting something real. Most people post drama after drama after drama, but they don't post enough support when it needs to be support for our own community and our own people. And I just wanted to put that out there. And I think, I'm challenging all of you as the kings that you are to, when you see stories like that, post about it, talk about it, start these conversations, because that could have been either one of our child going to pick up their siblings and rung the wrong doorbell. That's all.
That's real. That's real. I will say I be on Twitter a lot, so they talk about it and repost it on Twitter. They drag that white man, so
Got
I'm glad to see it on Twitter. I do gotta say something. The person I'm about to speak of, I noticed is I don't know if they up listening. I see them as far as the house members. I don't be knowing how this shit be working. But shout out to Miss Blends, man. Shout out to Miss Blends. I see her picture right there. I always say this every time I see her or her name is brought up. I really, really love and appreciate her. It would be no Jay Skizzle, no Brady Show on stage, no nothing if it wasn't for her. She will not agree to that. She always give everybody their flowers on their own account, but I have to say that I want everybody to know that if it weren't for her, it wouldn't be no me. And I just love her for that.
no question. Shout out Blends, man. We love you. Good to see you in the building.
No doubt, no doubt. Shout out to GMG J City for showing up. Definitely appreciate the love, brother. We here every Tuesday at 6. You're more than welcome to show up. Definitely, we about to do the roundhouse. Show everybody, what you got going on, latest events, where they can find you, your social media, how to check you out. GMG, what you got? Let's start off with you. All right, might need a moment there. 4/5.
Peace, peace, peace. Pretty much everybody in the building know me, except for the brother GMG. 456 on Instagram, just like it's spelled right here. This artwork is actually my project that's available on the link in my bio, Graffiti Teardrops. Go check it out. You could actually pay whatever you want for it. You could actually just run it a couple of times right there on the Bandcamp website. I got another EP with Point Guard that's up there, Deja Voodoo, and grown man shit. So I've been kind of in the cut, but I still got a lot of stuff in the works, man. And yeah, 456 on Instagram. That's it.
Glass.
Peace. Just staying in the cut, man, keeping the blade sharp. Um, Soon about to release the new single featuring Big J called Street Dreams. Something that just a reminiscent track about the times we grew up in our location. So that's coming soon. Probably looking to drop that next month, along with a few other singles that are gonna be sprinkled throughout the next year. So just be on the lookout, man. A lot of good music, a lot of good content, and definitely stay locked in.
Skizzle you up.
Um, I feel like everybody that's listening or in the room already knows. So I just want to use my time to say look, man, when like if y'all don't know about GMG, the whole crew, straight out of P-Town, man. Shout out to GMG King, GMG J City, and shout out my homie Quali with Paperboy. Listen, man, when I say look them up, like everything they put out is fire. They can rap, they make some dope music. They work ethic is crazy. Like they on crazy shows, and I don't care if they end up going last. For some reason, they get people to stay and they shut that bitch down. Whether it's 10 people in there, it looks like it's 100, like the way that people gravitate to them. So I just want to use my time, man, to show love to them. I appreciate J City for doing the show, coming up here. But man, please get in tune with them boys, man. I always said online, like, and y'all know I don't do this a lot, but he's one of my top 10 favorite artists out there. Their whole camp, you know what I'm saying? Like they make fire music, and they humble too. They humble and they work. They put in work, man. So I just want to use my time to shout them out, man. Salute them boys.
No doubt, no doubt. Definitely throw your social media out there real quick too, Skiz. It's recorded.
Yeah, man. Jay Skizzle, VA on Facebook, Jay Skizzle 757. On Twitter, just Jay Skizzle. On Instagram, and the name, spelling of the name for people who don't know, is JASKIZZAL. And more than likely, Lisa, Amy, or Tracy in your baby mama phone. You just gotta look at the message to know it's me.
Gang.
What you got, Spalls?
Man, you already know what it is, man. How you want it, man. The chicken with the rice or the rice with the chicken. That's how we cooking, man. Respect the goats. Catch us every Tuesday right here, 6 o'clock, sharp. That's what we do. My man, CEOP, Double XL, Phrase, Skizzle, Class 450. Shout out GMG in the building. That's it, man.
Oh, hold on, fellas. I'm sorry. I forgot one thing. If you listening and you may be unaware, the person that's calling everybody name and, know what I'm saying, the moderator, Phrase, he is one of the dopest rappers, man, that people don't know about because he's too humble to talk about himself, man. So we talk about him as much as he can. Homie is dope, and he just don't get enough flowers and credit. So we gonna show you some love too, bro, since you telling everybody else to talk about himself.
Respectfully.
Appreciate the love, bro. Appreciate the love. Well, that wraps the show, fellas. Catch us here once again, 6 o'clock every Tuesday. Respect the GOATs. GOAT Talk. Download the GOAT Talk Verse app. See you here next week. Be safe
Peace.
out there, fellas.
Y'all be safe, man. Love y'all.
100. Love you too.